Welcome back for more Reddit stories. Today we have several I don't work here lady stories for you to enjoy. As always, don't forget to share and like if you enjoy these videos. Without further ado, here we go. Entitled Woman at Universal Studios Japan. I'm a 24-year-old female working in Osaka, Japan. Naoko, a work friend, invited me to Universal Studios Japan. I agreed because USJ has owls, live adorable real owls, at their Harry Potter adventure, which the US does not have. Naoko is nervous to go see them because she does not like big birds. I want to go, so I'm asking her nicely to come with or wait for me to see them. While we are discussing this, someone taps on my shoulder. I turn around and see a well-dressed mother and her 11-year-old daughter. They look pretty normal. The mother, Karen, is wearing a Harry Potter shirt, carrying several bags and looking lost. Her daughter is begging to go on a ride. Karen pulls out a map and says, "Hey, do you speak English? I cannot figure out where the ride is." I point out in the general direction we came from. I tell her, "I do. We just came from the ride over there." Karen taps on the map with a perfectly manicured talon. "But where specifically?" Naoko pops in. Because she is the most helpful person in the world. That is not sarcastic. She is wonderful. "You have a pen?" she asks. She mimes drawing on the map. "I always have pens on me," I tell her. "Here, if you want, she will circle it for you." Karen looks like I threatened to carve out her child's eyes and feed it to Izanami for breakfast. She jerks the sacred map to her chest. She tells me, "Do not touch our map. Just take us there." Naoko, like the kid from The Sixth Sense, whispers dramatically, "We see owls." I can see how annoyed Karen is getting. I am thankful that Karen has made Naoko more interested in seeing the majestic sky cats. Anything I think is better than being around Karen. So I tell Karen that unfortunately the fucks have left the building and they will not return for this season due to budget cuts in the fuck account. I tell her politely as I can, "We are going to see the owls. Just ask one of the workers. We found a couple people who speak really good English. Naoko and I are off to see the wizard." Karen says loudly, "Just take us to the ride." Me, "No, we have to go now. My daughter is going to be really upset if we don't get to the ride before closing." "Well, talk to an employee, madam. I'm not a tour guide." Karen, "But you're American." So I live here now. "So you should help me." "No thanks. Have a nice day." Karen then turns to her daughter and tells her that I am not going to show them where the ride is, so they won't be able to do it before daddy finds them. This 11-year-old girl proceeds to fall onto the ground and start sobbing. Karen, "Don't you make a scene." Freak out. So this girl is throwing an absolutely silent fit, pounding the ground with her hands and all while not making any noise. Naoko and I decide we are going to leave. Karen is just standing there while we leave, telling her daughter we ruined the day, instead, of asking the super bilingual employees. It was so weird. The restaurant, the Karen, and the Spatula. So this happened 2 days ago during my lunch break. While the Karen screeching was not directed at me, I was able to observe it all go down firsthand. Backstory. I've been going to the same restaurant for lunch for the past 2 months. It's a small place, but the food is amazing and prices are low. As any regular, I eventually got pretty friendly with the staff and the waiters. I tip well and always try to be smiling and nice. They deserve it. As such, I know everyone who works there and the manager's girlfriend. She comes in from time to time to have lunch around the same time I do, and we greet each other with a nod and a smile. That's all the backstory you need. Now, to the show. As usual, I arrive around 1 p.m. and see the Karen walking just slightly behind me with her kid. I open the door to the restaurant and hold it so that they can pass. I'll let you guess if she said thank you or not. We go in and the restaurant is packed. There are only 3 open tables, so Karen and her kid take one and I the other. Literally a minute later, the manager's girlfriend, GF from now on, walks in. She goes up to the bar and talks with her boyfriend briefly. Due to the chaos, both of the waiters are overwhelmed and GF helps one of them carry a set of trays to a table. She's cool like that and sits down on the last remaining table. Admittedly, service was kind of slow, but due to the sheer amount of people, it was understandable. Well, understandable for me, not the Karen. At some point, she just scoffs and bold up walking to GF's table. Karen, "Excuse me, can we order?" Girlfriend caught off guard. I'm sorry, what? Karen, can we order? We have been waiting for 10 minutes. You have to ask a waiter. I don't work there. Karen, of course you do. I saw you carry trays. That was just to help. And now you are taking your break? You just came in. How can you be so lazy? Seriously, madam, I don't work here. Bullshit, I saw you. You have to take my order. At this point, a waiter manages to get to them. Meanwhile, I can see her daughter literally trying to unsubscribe from existence. Waiter, madam, is there a problem here? Karen, this lazy bitch won't take my order. She doesn't work here. I can... Karen cuts him off. I saw her working. I want to talk to your manager. She can't behave like that. The waiter just shrugs and asks the manager to come. Manager, madam, what's going on? Karen, she refuses to serve me. You have to discipline her right now. Manager, without fucking blinking, I will be sure to spank her with the hardest spatula we have later. But at the moment, she doesn't work here and can't help you. Waiter here will be happy to take your order. Karen is just sitting there, mouth gaping, as if she was struck by lightning of Zeus himself. The restaurant is quiet. Girlfriend is blushing a bit, but smiling. I am doing my best not to laugh out loud and failing. You can hear muffled chuckles from other tables. After about 20 seconds, the Karen huffs and drags her poor kid out of the restaurant. I tipped a lot that day. Why, yes, I will come to work for you for near slave wages, neighbor. Let me just get my things. Yesterday, our community had a cleanup day. We've had some problems recently with people trashing the playgrounds, leaving garbage along the streets, and just in general not being great neighbors. So to counteract that a bit, the neighborhood association organized a day to clean up those areas. There have been emails and flyers about the day for months. Everyone who volunteered had a job. Mine happened to be helping pull out and replant some plants that have been destroyed. My husband was on the same team. My team members and I had been at it for about an hour or so when a guy pulls up in a truck. We'll call him Raiders fan, because he's an Oakland Raiders fan. Anyway, RF pulls up and yells out of the window to my husband and the guy helping him. Hubby is my husband. Guy helping him is nice guy because he's nice. Now, keeping in mind we sort of know RF. We're not friends, but we know him enough to chat when we're out for walks and stuff. He knows where my husband works and what he does. Not today though. Today he thinks my husband and the rest of us are land scrapers or day laborers or something. And scene. RF. I'm looking for some people to come do some landscaping work around my house. I'm offering $7 an hour. Can you spare anyone? Hubby, what? RF. I need some help around my house. Can anyone on your crew help me? I mean, they can come after they clocked out if you can't spare them and they want to make some extra money today. NG, we're actually not a work crew. We're here for the community cleanup day. You should have received a flyer about it a couple weeks ago. RF, So this is like a prison thing where you have to do community service? NG, no, this is a community service project organized by the Neighborhoods Association. You're welcome to join us if you'd like to help. At that point, Raiders fan looked at nice guy like he had two heads and said, why the F would I do that? This isn't my job. I think at that point the look on my husband's face made him really look at him. And he realized he had been talking to his neighbors and not to some random landscaping crew he can be abusive to. He suddenly laughed and said, just kidding, I'm very busy today, thanks for helping out. Then he sped off. Let me just unpack this. 1. WTF. 2. $7 an hour to work on landscaping projects in the hot sun? You can work in the air-conditioned comfort of any fast food restaurant for more money than that. 3. There are people all over the community today working, and there are people literally 20 feet from us handing out water and getting lunch ready. I'm seriously worried about his eyes because he'd have to be blind to not realize it's a community event. Not to mention the fact that there are children running around helping, and he thinks we're convicted criminals doing community service? Sure, little 7-year-old Timmy over there robbed a liquor store and was lucky enough to get community service. Raiders fan? Idiot. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, a like will be highly appreciated. It really does help my channel out. Also, if you enjoyed this and want to stay up to date on the latest videos, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next video.